I'm Tommy Mills. I'm the law enforcement chief with the South Carolina Forestry Commission. We investigate every wildfire that occurs in the state. Fire management officers are the first ones usually on the scene, and they do the initial investigation. Investigators assist them if the investigation gets more complicated or needs to go farther. We actually use the standards from the National Wildfire Coordinating Group. Someone from, say, Montana or California would use the same standards we'd use here in South Carolina. So we could go anywhere in the country and everybody would be on the same page. They'd use the same terminology and use the same methodology to investigate the fire. We try to determine a cause on all of them. Sometimes if it's like a hot set or something like that where the person set the fire and took the device with them and we don't have any evidence, we have to eliminate causes, any of the other causes till that's the only one left. We use what we call indicators. It gives us an idea of where the fire burned, and we try to narrow it down to the origin of the fire, and that's a smaller area that we can look more closely at and usually find a device. If it was an arson set or if it's come from a debris burn, we can usually narrow it down to that. We'll have indicators like angle of char on the trees, smaller things like sooting on different objects, and char can give us the indication of the direction of fire travel. A lot of times we'll use our aerial photograph imagery and GIS to outline the fire on the map, and a lot of times the fire from the origin, if you look at it from an aerial view, it will be a V-shaped, usually coming from that origin. It had the classic V-shape from the debris burn. It was much larger, so it took, and we had so many fires, so it took longer to get everything together. But we also use witness statements, and we put all that together with the indicators and all that to determine exactly where the fire came from. Our most common cause in South Carolina is debris burn. There's 12 different causes that we use. Could be lightning, which is not as common in South Carolina. You have those on the West Coast. A lot of times we have equipment use that will start fires, but our biggest cause is debris burning, and probably our second biggest cause is woods arson.